Hello, my name is Surreal Lanning,
And I'm a very scared Morgway.
and I'm bringing you my first Let's Play, and it's of Dead Space. It's a great horror, third-person horror shooter, survival horror.
Yeah.
It's a bit of everything. It's incredible fun. I'm playing on impossible difficulty because why not? I'm very good at the game, I think.
You are.
I should get through with only, well, no deaths. I shouldn't die at all, and I hope you do enjoy it. And we're going to be quite through cutscenes, so please enjoy.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board. Sounds like you do have a lot of catching up to do.
Alright, everyone, we're here. Sinking our orbit now.
All this trouble over that chunk of rock.
Deep space mining is a lucrative business, Miss Daniels. Aegis 7 is a gold mine according to prospectors' reports. Cobalt, silicon, osmium. Now, where is she? There she is. We have visual contact.
So that's Ishimura. Impressive.
The USG Ishimura. Biggest planet cracker in her class. And it looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it all dark? I don't see any running lights.
Corporal, take us in closer and hail them. And stay clear of that debris field. We're here to fix their ship, not the other way around.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kellion responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura.
You're gonna need to boost the signal if their power's
Yes,
low.
we know. Boost the signal. More.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the phone.
What is that?
It's a busted array like we thought. Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder. You get us down there and Isaac and I can fix it. 48 hours max.
All right, you heard the lady. Take us in. Let's see what needs fixing.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automatic docking procedures a go.
What the hell?
Sir, the auto dock.
What is it?
We're off track. We're gonna hit the hull.
Hit the blast shields! That guidance tether's damaged. Switch to manual, now!
Inside the magnetic field? Are you insane? Abort!
No! We can make it inside! Corporal, gave you an order.
The field's too strong.
Is everyone okay?
What? What the hell were you thinking? Were you trying to get us killed?
I just saved our asses, Miss Daniels. If we had aborted at that speed and distance, we'd have smashed right into the side of the Ishimura. Now settle down, let's get to work. Corporal, report.
I'm not getting any readings from the port booster, and we've lost comms and autopilot. It'll take some time to fix.
All right, let's get some extra hands from flight deck to help out.
Hold still, Isaac. I'm syncing up everyone's rig with the ship. Okay, we're done. Clean bill of health for everyone.
All right, we've still got a job to do. We're moving out.
And there he is.
There he is indeed.
The mute hero of our series.
He's not mute.
I thought he was muted this one.
He talks once or twice.
Okay.
He's mute in Dead Space 2. Not mute in Dead Space 2, definitely. So, that was the opening scene. As you can tell, shit's already got real.
Well, yeah. Wow, I mean...
Didn't lose power to the port booster. You lost the port booster. Unbelievable.
for an old game, I do find it incredibly pretty.
Yeah, it's very well made. The graphics were fantastic, and the modelling is superb. You can tell its age within the Dead Space engine just from the areas are quite small and compact generally, and they do reuse a lot of them because their budget wasn't as big as Dead Space 2. Couple of things to note: the lights on your back, your health bar. When you take damage, they go down. They change colour when you get lower. Standard movement controls: W, A, S, and D. There's no jump button and there's no crouch button, but you can stomp things, as I'll show later when we pick up weapons. First item we pick up, small med pack, heals you, and some credits, which are currency to buy stuff in the shop in the game. Small med pack heals roughly 1 bar of health on your back.
Yeah. Is it ever qualified why they decided in this universe to show your health on your back?
No, not in any of the games or the other canons I'm aware of.
It's just not qualified.
I suppose it kind of works because you can actually tell very quickly, but why have a visual representation?
And why on your back?
Well, because then other people can see it.
Yeah, if they're behind you.
Yeah, so like, when you work in single file, you can tell whether the guy in front of you's been shot or something.
Fair enough.
Is our little first objective, well, second objective here. First objective was to open the door. You can use the standard use controls.
Achievement get.
Not quite, no, but close to.
Aww.
This isn't like, you know, Xbox era achievement for starting the game. This is quite difficult. The first time I played this game, I decided to go for the one-gun one, which is only using the first gun of the game.
Yeah, the plasma cutter, which was one of my favourite guns in the game. But I've got to be honest, when I played this, and I've only played it on hard difficulty, I found the other guns quite important. You not so much.
No. The big differences with Impossible, as opposed to the other difficulties, is that enemies do a lot more damage, and drops are far less frequent. Oddly enough, there are more enemies at the point though in this game. It's only they do more damage.
Okay.
So it's some graces. I'll also take a lot more hits as well. That's which we'll see quite soon.
One thing I find quite interesting is that I know when I played this, I was a massive loot whore, and that's my favourite type of whore, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me that when you play this, you're not so much of a loot whore.
Well, the problem is, the past few times I've been running it, I've been trying to do it quickly. I've been essentially speed running it, which is just trying to complete the game as quickly as possible. And
oh, dude, watch out! Oh,
yeah, he's dead.
He could still be okay. Oh wait, no, there's a beep. That was a flat line.
You can't see the lights on his back. He must be dead. So, first little combat section of the game. We've got to run through this corridor. So we've got no weapons to fight enemies, and Isaac is quite smart and doesn't try and punch them to death. It's not the Doom Boy. He's
right. Fair enough.
He's an engineer. He wasn't even supposed to be here today.
He wasn't. It was his day off.
Yeah,
he wasn't even supposed to be here, man.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Yep.
Okay, so we're in the lift. Everything's okay. Not so safe. Oh, you're friendly. You just want a hug, right? Okay.
It's okay because we get to play football now.
Now, just to advise, I'm the only one that's currently got sound at the moment, but you don't need sound, do you?
I know what's going on.
You could verbatim tell me this entire game, really, couldn't you?
Yeah, so again, playing football.
You're just being friendly with him.
Well, the physics in this game are brilliant. They've got actual true detection on killing them.
Cut off their limbs. Good advice.
Yeah.
I've played this game before. I do know that is good advice.
So we get our first gun of the game, the plasma cutter. You can rotate it to attack vertically or horizontally, because it attacks on a line. Bit unusual, quite cool.
You just blow off an arm there.
Yeah, you can also punch and foot stomp. Punch is like a high attack, and then foot stomp's a low attack.
I've got to be honest, I don't think I've punched in the entire game.
It can be useful sometimes just to knock enemies back, but that's it. These are little chests that you can loot as well.
And the chest. Or box.
Yeah, there's boxes that you can loot, so I've picked up some ammo there. And as you can see, you don't get a HUD, a traditional HUD, you actually get an ammo counter holographically on the end of your gun, which is very nice, very different. And the first enemy in the game. With enemies in the game, you want to shoot their limbs off. It does huge amounts of damage. And if you get, in all Impossible, you need to do 6 shots and unupgraded. I think on all the other difficulties, it's 3. So it's easy as 2. So we're rolling back just to see what would happen if we didn't manage to kill him.
And this is something you've done separately, isn't it?
Yeah, this is. I've gone back through again, and I'm just going to kill him to see what it looks like. So you get quick time events. If you don't mash him fast enough, he makes a frame rate. He bites your head off.
I don't like that.
No.
That's not cool.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is not cool.
And as you can see, he's going to come at me again. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Come on. Stop trying to kill me and kill me. If you manage to get out of the quick time event, you just knock him backwards and indeed knock his head off. A bit of payback there.
Yeah.
But then he attacks you normally, and when they attack you, whatever part of the body they hit, they sever completely.
Okay. Now, you said you were going to do this with a no-death run. So just to clarify, this is something you've done after gameplay.
Or I just cut into it.
Yeah, just cut into it, just to show the players the different type of death animations. And didn't you say about you were going to do something with all the death animations? Because you know them all off by heart, don't you? Are you not going to show us a lot of the different variations on the death animations?
Oh, right, yes. I'm going to try and show all the unique death animations of the game.
Oh, wow, that's going to be... See, that's really interesting, guys, and that's something that I haven't seen. And...
There are some hilarious ones and some incredibly brutal ones.
Okay.
Some of them are downright terrifying.
Oh, that did not go well for that guy.
No. So we've got another cutscene here, so...
Isaac! Isaac! God, I can't believe you made it.
Isaac, we ran into more of them on the way over here. Are you okay?
More what? What the hell are those things? Is that the crew?
Keep your voice down. Whatever they are, they're not friendly, and half the doors on this ship are locked because of the quarantine. Now, we have to get to the bridge, but first, we gotta repair the tram system.
You're crazy, Hammond. You're gonna get us all killed.
If you listen to me, I will get you out of here alive. Now, what's wrong with the tram?
The data board is fried, but there should be a spare in the maintenance bay. There's also a broken tram blocking the tunnel that needs to be repaired. Damn it! Everything is on the other side of this quarantine. We can't reach it from here.
No, we can't. But you can. Isaac, if I can get to the bridge, I should be able to access the personnel files. You fix the tram, and I'll help you find Nicole.
And there you go. So now, you know, obviously the ship is infested with horrible zombies, so let's send the engineer to go fix the tram. Makes perfect sense to me.
Hey, Gordon Freeman was just a scientist.
Yeah, push that damn button.
Yeah.
Hell was unleashed, and he managed it, so...
So why not Isaac? I can get behind Isaac, viewers, can you?
Dead body in the ceiling.
Okay.
Isaac, be careful.
Yep, as Hammond there is telling us, don't shoot him in the body, it doesn't really do much. You really want to shoot off the limbs, or sever the brain, destroy the brain or sever the head.
And now that's different from most games, isn't it? Whereas, you know,
Yeah.
you can have games where you prioritise the head for more damage, but shooting off limbs was generally just
Yeah, it's the first thing that threw me, I think most people when they play this game, because when you're fairly good at, or decent at these sort of games, you go for headshots.
Yeah.
You always try and go for the head to save ammo, to do more damage and whatnot. I think Resi 4 had a similar mechanic, where if you just went for headshots, it backfired quite often.
yeah, it would almost give a second stage to the enemy, didn't it?
Yeah. Got our first upgrade here, which is the stasis. It makes everything slow.
And this is something you use incredibly heavy through your speedruns, isn't it?
Yes, because if you can slow an enemy, you can just run past it. You don't have to kill every enemy in the game. And I'll explain a bit more about that later. But a stasis is very useful for dealing with environmental objects as well as enemies.
Okay, because there are lots of environmental issues within this game, and there was a nice element to it that I enjoyed through my playthrough.
Yeah, of course, scouring bathrooms as per usual, going to the men's and the women's.
Yeah.
Picking up as much ammo as I can.
Because remember, guys, when you're fighting for your death or world victory or whatever, everything that isn't nailed down is yours.
Yeah. Picked up a stasis pack, which lets us refill our stasis. As you can see, like little.
Yeah, God is.
Oh, we've got the writing on the floor.
Yeah.
Most of this is just gibberish. They did release a dictionary to translate it, but I don't think it works with Dead Space 1.
And you haven't memorised that yet?
Not as yet, no. But with the stasis, on our back is like a little semicircle. When that is full, you got all the stasis, and you can then do 4 shots without any upgrades on it.
Okay, so that's 4 shots without any upgrades. Can you refill that with items?
Yes, there is an item. We just picked one up. It's a stasis pack, and there's also wall sockets as well to charge it, which we will be doing later.
Wall sockets don't just recharge, do they? They do it over time, but they're not instantaneous. You can't just match them.
No, once you use a wall socket, it's you can't use it again for a bit of time.
Do you know how long that time this is?
It depends on the wall socket.
Okay.
And I think the quicker you run out your thing generally, the quicker it recharges as well.
Does it have intelligent AI? And it's not something I picked up.
Yeah, the game does have intelligent AI. Item drops especially are based on it. It's a second use of our environmental thing to get this armed stick, because if you don't use that, then it comes back to you.
Oh.
Yeah, well, the intelligent AI does change item drops depending on what you need. Sometimes it can just, not drop anything.
Okay. So, if you're wondering why he's not doing, Lemming's not doing the standard stuff we see in this game.
Isaac, you did it. The tram is blocking the whole system. When you get the computer online, you'll be able to call the tram from the control room. Faster the better. I can hear something crawling around out there.
As you were saying before, you were rudely interrupted.
Is that you know this game back to front, so there's no real backtracking or loss of movement or anything like that. You're just running this at speed, aren't you?
Oh yes, this game is actually, there isn't much backtracking as long as you use your locators. In the very start of the video, I did like a light on the floor. That shows you where to go for your next objective.
Which is really helpful.
Very helpful, very helpful. So I stop here, I get interrupted, and I use the save system but then quit out of it immediately because then I realised that I don't actually want to save.
Was that just to show us the mechanic? Do you think
that was indeed a save station, and yes, that is how you save. You can save anywhere in the games.
Because I quite like the opening mechanic of that. That was quite pretty.
It does look very pretty, yes. Here's for instance of running past enemies. I do. There's another enemy in the background over there, which is a new enemy type we haven't seen before.
Okay. That's the Taily Slasher thing. I remember these, yes.
Yes, we'll be talking more about those later. So now we've got the tram off the system, so now we have to go get a thing to open the door.
Oh, now that would have been a reset on a speedrun, guys. Did you see that box down there as well? You wouldn't have even gone for it normally, would you?
No, it's gone for it. It's gone. This guy normally scares you because it looks like a dead body, but I know it's going to be that.
They almost look like babies in a really odd way, don't they?
Yeah.
With those T-Rexy arms.
When you do your melee attack, as you saw there, they can parry you, which leaves you open to another attack. And here, trying to pick up the plasma energy, I open this save station a couple of times because it's E to use and E to pick up.
Yeah, because it looks like you're actually highlighting onto the thing, but you're not, are you?
No, so I move well back and pick it up.
Okay.
And that's all good.
And in fact, you managed to pick it up when when it didn't show as an icon, which is quite odd.
I've got an audio log. There's lots of audio logs and text logs. We've seen a couple of them in the game. I will be trying to pick up all the audio logs. I might miss a couple though, because some of them are... They're not difficult to find, but a few of them require you to stay in an area for a long period of time, which I don't know about.
Okay.
But the subtitles are there. If you can't read them because you want a too low resolution, I'm sorry, but pick up the game. It's a really good game to play. It's often on sale on Steam.
Yeah.
And you can pick it up for consoles for quite cheap as well.
Oh, exploded. Are we going to get both? We're going to get... Oh, lovely.
Didn't get both, but yeah, we've got exploding barrels in this game.
So I can see a real difference in the impossibility level. Oh.
Yeah. Enemies do have huge amounts of HP impossible. I do get the stasis on this guy.
Oh, that's really impressive, accurate fire, considering he's so up close. And that one as well. How'd you do that?
It's just knowing where the shots come from. Because again, unlike most games, even though this is hit scan, so when you fire the weapon, it scans if there's models as hit with this gun. The shots do actually come out the end of the barrel.
Okay, so what's the difference with that? With what other games?
Most games, like the shots will come from near the end of the barrel, the middle of the barrel.
Okay.
Whereas this, they do come direct from the end. That was the first instance of the inventory screen we've seen. That's where all your items are. You have a maximum capacity.
Oh wait, he's coming for you. He's coming.
Oh, it's okay. Can't get us here. I use another stasis pack. I use a stasis pack to move from the stasis.
Okay, that nearly got me.
Did see you wiggle that, and we've got the dead body doing the Harlem Shake.
So you were saying about that the engine for this?
Yeah, the ragdoll physics are second to none.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I do get hit here. It can be quite hard to avoid damage sometimes, especially when you're trying not to use too many stasises, because they can stasi. What was stasises? I think Stasipoding.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't want to use too many because you want to make sure you've got enough for later on in the game. First instance of the text log, I believe. I'm not going to show all those because I'd have to leave it on screen for a long time for you to read. If you've got the Dead Space wiki though, I'm pretty sure they're all on there.
I've got to be honest, my ear holes are getting a bit sexually harassed by these screaming monsters here.
They do scream, yes.
They are very verbal.
I hope I get the audio balancing right for the YouTube vid, so...
I will be impressed with you if you do, because this is a little horrifying having these monsters constantly gibbering in my ear.
The audio in this game though is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really builds the atmosphere up very nicely.
And that's something that you particularly... Okay.
I do get grabbed by this guy, which is quite annoying. I'm mashing E as quickly as possible, and I punch his head off. That is one benefit of quick time events. Even though they're very annoying, and you can die quite easily, especially on Impossible, some quick time events can one-hit kill you before it's possible to get out of it on Impossible. You do damage to the enemy when you get out of it.
Okay.
So it's quite nice.
Yeah, and that... I mean, what's your opinion on quick time events? Because I know there's a lot of controversy regarding them in general gaming.
I think that in this game they've used sparingly enough that it's okay, because you panic when you get it, and you are just mashing it and trying to do the best you can.
Okay, here's a first bench. You've picked up, I think, 2 power nodes so far?
2 or 3.
2 or 3, okay.
Yeah, this is the first use of the bench. This is how you upgrade your items in the game. As you can see there, I've got my weapon there, picked up 2. There. Got the weapon, the rig, which you can upgrade for health and air, the status module, which is capacity and how long it does it for. And I'm going to go for damage here, because damage is very good, and capacity. Now, all the empty nodes, you do have to still put a node in, it does still cost 1, but that's to open up further down upgrades on the line.
Which can be... how do you feel about that? Because I generally don't like paying.
Take the board back to tram control and slot it into the computer array. That should get the tram system back online.
Yeah, she's just giving a little bit of a bossy order there, but yeah.
Yep.
I generally don't like paying for an upgrade unless it's natural upgrades.
Yes, it is annoying, but power nodes do drop off enough in the game, and you can buy them from the store for 10,000 credits.
Okay.
And there is more than enough money in the game on a standard playthrough to upgrade 1 or 2 weapons, your rig fully, and a good chunky stasis.
Now on this you're actually going to go away from your normal player style, and you're going to give us a couple of weapons throughout this, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to aim to use a new weapon every video. Towards the end of the game I'm just going to go for the most overpowered weapons, because it's hard enough on Impossible as it is. I think I may as well just take all advantages I can. So.
And yeah, I can really see the differences, because at the start of the game I was mowing through these on hard, so Impossible is quite... I know I'm saying this, guys, but I didn't realise how much of a jump up these basic mobs would be.
Well, on hard, you can take off both arms and head in one shot. Bear in mind that's an upgraded thing now.
Yeah.
I can now kill them in 5 shots, 2 on each arm and 1 on the head. Oh no, that was before with the upgrade. I only need 4 shots.
Wow, God.
But it is still very hard because you got to aim correctly.
No, I don't know if any of you guys have played a game really.
Tram control computer now online. Shipwide tram system reinitialized. All trams now operational. Tram arriving at flight deck station. Quarantine lifted.
All right, we're on board and heading to the bridge. Good work.
Strange. The quarantine just lifted.
Whatever was in the flight lounge must have left. That's lucky for us. Isaac, get back to the Kellion and prep it for launch. We'll find out what we can from the bridge and meet you there.
If we live that long, you're out of your league, Hammond. This is suicide. We're going to die out here.
Your lack of confidence in me is duly noted, Miss Daniels. But I have a mission to complete, and that's exactly what I am going to do, with or without you. Do we understand each other?
Just get us out of here alive.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was a little touch on my arm there from Lemmy, because he knows this game so well, he can give me a hint when something's coming up. But yeah, just as I was about to say, I was actually saying you know this game so well that you can really tell the difference between, you know, a game we just enjoy and a game you really love, because you know how many shots for damage. I mean, it's really impressive level of knowledge.
Yeah, quite often get out of this room without this guy attacking you, but he wasn't playing nice today. So.
Is there any random number generation in this in terms of the attacks, or is it all scripted?
The amount of enemies is scripted. However, their movement within the room, quite often they have a scripted entrance, but not a scripted what they do in the room.
You've collected a friend.
I have. I have to punch to get rid of him, unfortunately. I wasn't considering taking him with me.
Why didn't you take him with you?
Because I was worried it was going to look like an enemy behind me and scare me all the time. I do occasionally still get scared at this game. Yeah, this box doesn't play nice.
Box of troll.
So I have to use second ammo, and this is, I believe, the next enemy. Where is he? There he is! Less friendly guy. Reminds me of cats. So, as you can see, they've got the tail on them. I've gone back to the first place where we encountered them to get the deaths.
Now, I remember you saying that this guy actually required quite a lot of baiting to get him to do this, didn't he?
Yeah, the first attack I'm just letting him kill me normally with his tail. Again, slicing him off.
Oh, that's not cool.
I don't know. I could try and kill him with the gun that was cut off, so I think it's fair as it goes there. And finally, it took me about 20 minutes to get this guy to do this, and he rips your head off. They do like the head rippy stuff.
I would have not waited 20 minutes for that.
Well, a bit Warvis-esque, I think that was.
Yeah, that was... He needs a dental plan. he definitely...
I know, with those teeth, he's probably got one. So, yes.
Oh, more friends.
Well, our escape plan has been thwarted by the ship randomly blowing up.
You're a bad engineer.
I know.
You did not maintain that craft.
I did get out a bit alive, though.
That does not benefit your engineering skills. You're not...
Well, I can't be an engineer if I'm not alive.
I suppose, yes, okay. Living would benefit your engineering skills. It doesn't leave me in confidence of them.
We have a little bit of a fight to get out of this section now. Oh yes, you can die in the fire, by the way. And you do get to run in that section. It does take quite a while to die in the fire, even on Impossible, so if you manage it, normally in the game, well done to you. But it's just a standard death. He just burns, and he doesn't even stop, drop, and roll.
No, Isaac. Just apparently willing to walk repeatedly through fire.
Yeah.
You're an evil taskmaster.
So, back to the actual game. So I've taken out the enemies here, and there's a couple more that come in now. Got plenty of ammo, so I'm not worried about it. Reload!
Okay, so, out of these two enemies, which is your favourite?
My favourite?
Yeah.
Definitely the walkie stabby guys, the slashers and visual support.
Yeah.
Simply because the flying tail guys, they can jump really far, they are very fast, they can walk up walls, and they can surprise you easily, and they do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I remember I like, and there's a major difference between our play styles here.
What happened to the shuttle?
That was our ride home. It's the only way off the ship.
Kendra.
No, Hammond! This changes everything!
Just let me think. Can you access the command computer?
It's no good. There's an executive lockdown of all primary systems. Without the captain's authorization, I can't access them.
Well, where's the captain?
Here he is. Captain Benjamin Mathias. Location, Med Lab. Status, deceased.
What? How?
I can't access that information. Find the captain and you'll find his rig. With his authorization codes, I can crack this computer wide open.
Damn it. Isaac, I'm sending the tram back to your location. Get to the medical deck and find that rig as fast as you can.
What was that?
Okay, so yeah.
Well, we're coming up to the end of the episode now. I'm going to show the store very quickly. So the store is just like any other store in the game. I think they're pretty much always at the start of levels. 1 or 2 levels about halfway through. You can see your inventory. You can put items in the safe for later use as well. And you can obviously buy stuff. I'm going to buy a weapon here for the next playthrough, I believe, and the upgrade on the suit.
And that's I remember the upgrade on the suit being quite important.
Yes, it increases your inventory space as well as damage resistance.
Okay, so damage resistance is going to be vital, and we get to see a really lush animation, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yep.
I think this is
Just like Superman.
I think this is one of my favourite bits of the Dead Space series was the suit.
Yeah, it really feels like you're progressing in the game. It makes no sense when you actually stop and think about it for a second, but it does, you know, look very pretty. And
It
works
also,
in the game.
I think they gave weight to it, didn't they? Which is in a lot of games you don't really see. That I think that clothing really has weight, and Isaac himself has weight.
Yeah, you really feel like he is an actual person. Obviously, got all the stuff in my inventory. I decided to buy. Oh, okay. I don't buy a gun this episode. I'll buy it next episode. Got plenty of ammo now for my plasma cutter.
A lot of ammo.
Quite a few med packs as well. Got some large and some medium.
And ammo specific to weapon in this, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Very specific to weapon.
Do you think you did that out of habit then, because you often just use the plasma cutter?
Or
do you really need that much ammo?
You need much ammo in Impossible anyway. And that is the end of the episode.
Wow.
Chapter 1 over. Next episode, we are going to be going to the medical labs to look for the captain's body to pull out his spine so we can use his codes to access the computer core.
Oh, yeah. I did that last night when I got locked out.
So, I've been Samir Lemming.
And I've been a terrified Mogwai.
And we'll see you next time.
Signing out.
Signing out.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan.